CMV, if we are cutting school art programs due to costs, we should cut sports programs as well. Theater groups, bands of all kinds, writers, and all different kinds of artists can bully just as harshly and leave just as many scars as anyone on a sports team. Misogyny and homophobia are not taught in sports. Teamwork is removed. Deleted. How is cutting off arts programs misogynistic and homophobic? The better view would be that we should fund education more so we don't have to cut any programs. When one sector is victimized, arts programs, the general solution shouldn't be to equalize the victimization, all programs, arts and spots together. It should be to prevent it in the first place. Removed. Deleted. Removed. Deleted. Removed. This post fails to realize that many students either don't care or are involved in athletics. It's all about the money. Athletics and art budgets come from two different pies, my friend. Taking from one does not ensure the other gets funding. I would add here reasons that HS Sports is slowly moving away from school-sponsored to private leagues. Many kids, for example, play baseball, softball, basketball, and soccer for private teams rather than their schools, but then fine arts is the same. Kids will take, say, music or art programs from private companies where they get better instruction. Sports make money for the school art docent. It's a simple add that. The STEM thing isn't as widely adopted as you suggest. A lot of technically trained people think the distinction is incredibly important. The whole point of STEM is that it is not arts, poetry, history, sports. Mainly artsy types have been pushing it, as I've seen. And only recently. Removed. Removed. Sports bring in more money, from games, etc. Also, good art supplies are expensive. Unless your particular school is pumping out Picassos, art will always go first. Sad, because art is pretty much where culture comes from. Removed. How about we take a smidge of the military budget? Education should be at the top of society's list. Sports are just arts for rich people. The only thing keeping lower middle class kids out of organized sports are hotel costs, gasoline, equipment, and ludicrous entry fees. If sports are already only for the wealthy, might as well let them pay for the whole damn thing and leave the school's budget out of it. Less kids die in band, drama, and art annually than football alone too, I bet. This country is a wreck. We shouldn't even be thinking about having arguments of which school programs to cut. Big thing you're missing. School sports can also generate revenue for schools. That's it. It's that simple. One makes money for schools. Let me know when art shows at your local school charges $5 to $10 a ticket. Why would you want to cut two programs instead of just one? 1. Sports generate revenue. 2. Art is gay. 3. You're a nerd who desperately needs a wedgie. Yeah, but sports programs foster military enrollment, and the gov always has spare cash for military. I agree with you, BTW. I would encourage all to participate in K-12 school board meetings. If they are remote or televised, play the sports drinking game, and take a shot every time sports are mentioned. Best night of your life. School sports programs often generate money for the school. At least they do here in Texas. A massive amount of money is generated every Friday night at high school games here. Sports make schools money, art programs typically do not. Sports is too important for health. We have to cultivize it as early as possible. Art is not. When we need money, art is the least useful skill and the one schools can best afford not to teach you. Removed. I just want to say this, in this day and age, obesity and related diseases are taking a huge toll on society, including cost-wise. Stimulating athletic ability not only emphasizes just moving around but also teaches healthier lifestyle options. This results in a lifelong benefit when implemented from an earlier age. Arts don't yield the same result in lifestyle. I am of the belief that sports is an art. If I were to change your view, it would be behind the idea that just because one bad thing happens to something doesn't mean you should balance it by making that same thing happen to another. Sports keeps people fit. Art does not. In the long run, you're probably going to benefit students more by letting them do sports. Not trying to change your view. As a music teacher, I agree. My heart sinks when I hear parents tell me can't fit music into their child's schedule anymore because of sports. Why does sports trump the arts? Removed. Sports is more of a school participation activity than art. In terms of fans being able to come and watch an event. In terms of scholarships, there's probably more potential in kids earning scholarships from sports than from art classes. Is it fair? Probably not, but we could assume more people would vote to reduce the art budget than athletics budget. It's just the way it is. Just based. Agreed. The thing is, kids don't want to do arts, and for them art is going to be meaningless for their career. Kids do want to do sports, which while not going to help people in their career is going to lead to them living a healthier lifestyle, something we can all agree that we need to strive for. Oof, I really physically can't change your view on this one because you're absolutely right. In a fair world, yes. But sports generate money. Need I say more? I'm in the UK. We do not have stadiums for our university sports teams, let alone high school. I really don't see the point in having them. I don't mind cutting costs for sports ONLH to stop stadium building, but I'd be very against cutting the number of sports offered. Removed.